Guys, today I will be presenting about topic 4.4, differentiate cockpit layout of electronics instrument system between aircraft models. So first of all, I would like to introduce our group, which have chosen the topic 4.4, which is Dilip, myself Tivanesh, next will be Ruben and Monish. So beginning of this presentation, I will begin with the early aircraft instrument panel and function. So an instrument panel located in front of the or between the pilot to display the information required for navigation and flight control has always been a feature of aircraft of all types. Without going back as far as the Wright brothers, whose flyer had no seat and no cockpit, the pilot simply perched in the open air among the slats and supports that made up of the aircraft fuselage. Is it fair to say that instrument panels remained fairly basic during the first 30 years of aviation history? During the earliest day of power flight, pilots obtained the main information they need from their external environment. Provided visibility was good, open-air cockpits allowed them to gain a good appreciation of the aircraft's movement, such as turn, climb, and descent, and attitude, while an uninterrupted view of the ground and aid to navigation. Pilots were even able to fly low enough to read the names of railway stations. So next what we'll be seeing is what is a cockpit. Okay, so this cockpit section where the pilot and the co-pilot manage the aircraft. So this is the place where the pilot controls the aircraft movements or primary flight controls. The two main functions of the cockpit are to provide the pilot with a good vision of information regarding the flight controls and to make all the control mechanism accessible to the planes are also designed based on the same principle. So next what we're going to see is what is in the cockpit. At the first glance, aircraft instrument panels look very complicated. Okay, so basically all the system in aircraft is very complicated, but the most significant instrument are only six in number. They are known as the basic or the primary flight instrument are present in all aircraft, such are known as six pack. So what is in the six pack, which is in the cockpit, is altimeter, airspeed indicator, vertical speed indicator, artificial horizon or as known as attitude indicator, turn and bank coordinator, directional gyro and heading indicator.
We move on to aircraft electronic instrument system. So first of all, an electronic instrument system is a flight deck instrument display system in which the display technology used is electronic rather than electromechanical. So then if it provides pilots with controls that select display range and mode, for instance map or compass rows, and also enter data such as selected heading. On the other hand, equipment uses pilot inputs, data buses broadcast. The pilot's also selections so that the pilot need only enter the selections once. So we now move on to analog cockpit layout system. So first of all, in a round dial cockpit, also known as the steam gauge, as the six pack of gauges, which is attitude, airspeed indicator, altimeter, turn coordinator, heading indicator, and vertical speed indicator. These are the core flight instruments. And also navigation is managed via Android charts. This in the analog copy system, there is no any electronic system that have been used before. So we now move on to glass cockpit layout system. First of all, glass cockpit is an aircraft cockpit that features electronic digital flight instrument display, typically a large LCD screen. Then the traditional gyroscopic flight instruments have been replaced by electronic attitude and heading reference systems. Then glass cockpit uses several multifunction displays driven by flight management system that can be adjusted to display flight information as needed. These are the all in the electronic format. So these are the uses for in modern aircrafts.
I'll be comparing about the old generation aircraft, modern aircraft, and commercial aircraft. So the first old generation aircraft, which I choose is like Slingspy 367 Firefly. So I will be explaining about the old generation aircraft based on Slingspy 367 Firefly. And the first one is this aircraft still consists of analog system, which you can see is also known as steam gauge, which everything we show in the analog system. And the second one shows the main six components analog. As you can see, there's a six main components as what our technician explained before, like altimeter, airspeed, everything is will be showing in the analog system. In the third point, doesn't have any electronic system such as IFIS or ICAS. In this modern aircraft, there will be two systems which is conduct the aircraft. The first one will be IFIS, the second one is ICAS. So this old generation aircraft doesn't have any electronic system. So the next time will be like new generation aircraft, which I choose is Cessna 172. So there will be six key points in this slides, and the first one is this aircraft use glass cockpit system. As you can see, as shown in the photo, is everything is in the glass cockpit system and doesn't have one analog system also. And the second one, the main six components, six specs, shows a digital view. So everything that what is shows in the old generation aircraft will be shown in this digital glass cockpit. The third one, using electronic flight systems such as IFIS. This aircraft is using IFIS system, which is one of the electronic system to conduct the aircraft. And the fourth one is both pilots co-pilot as their own IFIS system in the cockpit. Both co-pilots and pilot and co-pilot will have a screen in front of them which will show them all the indicators like six flags, which help them to show the airspeed, altimeter, altitude, and everything. The fifth point, this will is the pilot's job by indicating them automatically when any changes occurs in the aircraft and also surroundings such as failures, communication with them. With this digital glass cockpit, it will easy them to communicate with the communicate with the tower or to find out what is the failures in the aircraft during the flight. So the third side will be about the modern commercial aircraft. Modern commercial aircraft is almost like near to the modern aircraft also. So it will be like new generation. So the first point is totally different from the old generation. Boeing model 747 to 400. As you can see, the old generation aircraft Boeing model 747-400 is everything is an analog system, which doesn't have any digital to show what to compress the everything inside one. The second one, PFDS, which is known as Primary Flight Display, 6 packs and main 6 instruments. As you can see, the analog system which consists of 6 main systems, as you know, as I explained before, altimeter, altitude, and max speed, everything will be shown in the analog system. But in this new modern commercial aircraft, everything will be shown in the digital cockpit in front of the pilot. The second one, all the information about the 6 instruments is just modified into just 2 main glass cockpits. As you can see the photo that I've been uploading this, there will be two main glass cockpit from each pilot, which is pilot and co-pilot. They can see all the information about the flight, which is communication and all that in just the two glass of cockpit. The six main components has been compressed and included in the two main glass cockpit. I'm going to talk about difference between two types of cockpit system, which is glass cockpit and original cockpit. So easy of use is for glass cockpit, information display on screen, no need to reset the heading, and training requirement to understand all the function and controls, and controls are not stabilized cross manufacturers. On other side, to easy use of original cockpit, pilot must be scanned 6 instruments. A heading indicator needs to be reset for every 15 minutes depending on the type. Instruments are universal across the aircraft types and more mechanical parts. So reliability are proven uh, depending on electric power and software stability. Recommend backup instruments. So for the original cockpit, instruments require regular maintenance and overhauls can fail due to the vacuum or electrical failures. So instrument can be functioned during loss of electric power. So flexibility. So display can be must be customized and configured, and each instrument proven a single line function. So redundancy. In case a PFD failure, functions and can be transferred to MFD. Glass cockpit can offer backup altitude and airspeed and altimeter instruments. Aircraft with ACDC and AHRS have fully residency. For original cockpit, there will be pilot must be known a failure for each mode and reservation for each instruments. And backup must be used in independent vacuum and static electric system. So visibility doesn't suffer for parallax view from a right seat. Colors on a panel make it easier to discuss important information. And for original cockpit, there will be compressed. Around details can be difficult to read from a right seat due to the distance and parallax gauge and provide quick updates without focusing and extract numbers. So for alertness, visual can be reliant animation and warnings can standard for airspeed and altitude and for others. So for original cockpit, you can be set a bug on altimeter and heading indicator for remains. So that's all from us. And thank you.